On Tuesday, actor Charlie Sheen revealed his HIV diagnosis. And with me now to talk about the disease is Dr. Sean McCaffrey from the McCaffrey Health Center. Good morning and welcome back to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Now, are we still seeing the same stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS that we saw maybe 20, 25 years ago?
You know, I think it's been downplayed a lot. It's a global epidemic, and this is something that over time, because we're a little more successful with it than we were 25 years ago.
Sure.
You know, it came out in 1981. That's when it really kind of broke the scene. But you have so much today. The lead singer for U2, Bono, does a huge fundraising organization to combat AIDS in Africa. We're better at treating it, and we're better at managing it, and it's because of that you don't have the high mortality rate with it like we once did. So the scary word, oh my gosh, it doesn't freak people out as much.
Yeah, I think there's still obviously a stigma surrounded because Sheen also revealed that he had been paying hush money, millions of dollars, to keep the secret quiet.
Yeah.
So maybe still on some level there is.
No, absolutely.
For those people who don't know, what is the difference between HIV and AIDS?
HIV is the actual virus, and it's the infection that comes on. It's a human immunodeficiency type virus. The AIDS is the end product of that virus being in the body. It's what the virus does. So, for example, if you get a virus that causes a cold, the virus gets inside you, kind of messes around with things, but then the symptoms that you get from it later on, the itchy, watery eyes, the sneezing, the coughing, that's the cold part of it. That's what the AIDS version of it is. So you can have HIV and not have AIDS because the virus hasn't weakened the immune system enough yet to cause it to wear down. But once it does, you'll see a whole host of different things that will go on with the body, very flu-like almost, and then you'll have the actual AIDS epidemic.
So HIV doesn't always have to lead to AIDS, like with the case with Magic Johnson, who came out many, many years ago about his diagnosis.
Yeah, correct. And again, it goes back to therapies that we have today, newer therapies, viral-type suppressant drugs that we use, herbals that we use to help control and support the immune system. You can live a very long, productive life with the HIV virus. Now, it does tend to, over time, migrate toward the other disease.
Okay. Now, you were just talking about herbs. What role of herbology in battling viral diseases? I mean, is that something that we're seeing right now or in the future?
Yeah, I think it is our future. And I do a lot with herbology. I do Chinese herbology and traditional Western herbology in my practice. It is the future, in my opinion, of how we're going to fight viruses. See, we forget sometimes that plants are living things as well, and they've been battling viruses for centuries, and they're still here. Somehow your fern still grows, your oak tree still grows. It deals with all these different things. So we know from life on the planet that, hey, it can adapt to things that go wrong. So we've learned from viruses that they're aggressive. They can have many different forms, but different herbs and plants can stunt that and slow them down and sometimes eradicate them.
Well, let me ask your opinion. Someone like Charlie Sheen or Magic Johnson, someone who has more money, let's just be blunt about it, better access to health care, is there a better prognosis for them than someone who doesn't?
Yeah, unfortunately that is the case. A lot of the medications we use today to battle an HIV infection, they're not inexpensive. There's a price tag with them, and you see that around the globe. In the United States, we have roughly 2, almost 3 million cases of active HIV going on. In Africa, sub-Saharan Africa especially, there's almost 25 million. They just don't have the funds to get at it. So if you have, unfortunately, a better little economic standing, you're going to do better in the long run.
Sure, that's unfortunate. Dr. Sean McCaffrey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We always appreciate your insight.